wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
So come with me on a journey. Just theorize. Let's put on our thinking caps. Let's just go to the world of imagination. And I just entertain the idea with me now. In a world, what if you just chose to? Yes, it is a choice. You chose not to have debt. Let me read here. This is from the CNN's, where over half the page is an advertisement. Millennials are running up more debt than ever before. This is an older article, about a month or so old. Just hear me out. Americans, particularly millennials and those with lower incomes, are becoming increasingly overextended financially. Just happened. It just happened. I was just walking around and all of a sudden, blammo, I just had a $70,000 credit charge because I bought a new car. It just happened out of the sky. This whole fucking bullshit where America just like, we're just twigs in a raging river. We can't make any choice. I got that. I just remember I was graduating at 18 from high school. And then 4 years later, all of a sudden I got $76,000 in a political science degree. I don't know what the fuck happened. Somebody, not me, bail me out because I'm a worthless Democrat piece of shit parasite thief, and that's what you are. But I just love how in the articles just written, just like, oh my God. Did you see what's happening to the orangutan population in Zambia? Oh my God, it's tragic. It just happened to these innocent creatures that didn't have control over anything. Credit card and auto loan delinquencies have not only surpassed pre-pandemic levels, they're the highest they've been in more than a decade. Those are two choices. You don't need to buy anywhere near the shit that you buy on Amazon. And both you men and women, all of you are spending way too much money on a car. Rule number 2 or 3, you pay cash for a car. You never finance it. And I can understand if you're actually poor, been there myself, right? But you are the vast majority of Americans, you are buying status, not transportation. During the fourth quarter, U.S. household debt had a fresh high of $17.5 trillion, up 1.2% from the 3 months before, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York's latest quarterly report on household debt and credit released Tuesday. Debt balances increased across the board, with credit card balances rising $50 billion to hit a new nominal high of $1.3 trillion when adjusting for inflation. Balances have yet to surpass the level seen in 2008. Yeah, and you adjust it down to a per capita basis, I bet. Like 2008, that's what? That is 16 years ago? That's 16 years ago. And you guys didn't remember the mistakes your parents made? You all don't remember this? Higher balances can be attributed to population growth. That's why they did it adjusted for nominal. An increase in online spending, the surging cost of new and used cars. Well, we had to shut down the whole world, right? And you just can't buy a used car. Oh my goodness, no. I'm looking at you boys. Bro, I got great financing rates. I graduated from college. I haven't even made a penny of debt payments on my student loans, but I got a great deal at 12.7% APR. Y'all never get any cool cars anyway. Like, look, they sold me a Ford Taurus, but it's an SHO, bro. And while rising debt levels during the fourth quarter shouldn't come as a surprise, holiday spending typically brings heftier credit card balances. This is, kind of more or less right after Christmas. Americans already credit card balance. New York federal researchers say they're keeping a close eye on that extent to which Americans are falling behind. Financial stress is growing at a time when debt has become very expensive. Oh, nosies, the interest rates went up. Okay. First log of the log cabin of theory. First log. What if you just spent less than you made? What if you just did not go into debt in the first place? What, and hear me out, copy, but the pay and the inflation. Okay, all right, just stick with me on there. What if you worked 2 jobs? I'm not saying you should. We don't live in should, but what if you just worked part-time job and a full-time job? What if you worked a weekend shift? Again, you see the idea. I'm not saying that's right or fair, even. I'm being serious about that. But what if you're, oh God, I'm facing some hard times financially. What if I just work more and you didn't go into debt in the first place? Or I have a big purchase coming up like cars, or I have student loan debt I got to pay out. Maybe I should work another job. Has that idea dawned on you that you don't have to go into debt? Financial stress all-time high. Americans already weighed down by nearly 3 years of high inflation now have to contend with painfully high interest rates. So remember all the free shit you voted for? And Trump gave it to you? Wasn't a Democrat, although Democrats spent money too. But remember all the free shit? Ooh, yay, I don't have to work. Stimmy checks. Oh my God, and inflations. And you guys are fucking college graduates. Now I have to contend with painfully high interest rates. What if, here, second log on the log cabin we're building, if you didn't have any credit card debts or short-term debts or adjustable debts, you wouldn't worry about interest rates, huh? I know it's not sexy. I know it's like not partying, bro, or going to the club, right? Find yourself a man, right? But what if you were the one person that didn't have to worry about what interest rates did because you didn't have any short-term debt like credit cards? What if that? I know, bro, you're going to miss out on the party, bro. You're going to miss out on Coachella, bro. But what if you're the one guy that, yeah, now you go to Coachella, now you go to the Super Bowl? Or there were loans 2 Super Bowls ago on Super Bowl loans. What if you were the one like, I don't need to go to the Super Bowl. It's just going to be a bunch of guys throwing the ball back and forth. Let me know who wins in the end. Higher credit card and auto loan transitions into delinquency are still rising above pre-pandemic levels. Wilbert Vanderklaw, economic research advisor at the New York Fed, said in a statement, these signals increase financial stress, especially among younger and lower income households. During the fourth quarter, listen to this now. During the fourth quarter, an annualized 8.52% of credit card balances, that's 1 in 12? No. Yeah, 1 in 12, I believe. 1/12, about 8.5. 1/12, yeah, 1/10. Yeah, about 1/12. And 7.69, 1/12 roughly again, of auto loan balances became delinquent. So 1 in every 12 people, maybe 1 in 11, are late on the credit card balance and late on the car loan. Have you thought, instead of being late, just working an extra job, or again, what if you did what I said the first time? You live at home, you bust your ass off for 2 jobs, you build up the money, and then you just pay cash for a sensible car. Or maybe you bike to work. How about that, huh? Or maybe take public transportation. These are just ideas. And then you didn't have the debt. Marking the highest annualized rate since the second quarter of 2011 and the fourth quarter of 2010. New York Fed data shows. Oh yeah, those were squarely the Obama years. That was no longer Bush. Overall delinquency rate. Oh, was that? No, hang on. 2016, 2020. That was Trump. Yeah, no, that's right. That was Obama. Overall delinquency rates remain relatively tame, thanks mostly to mortgages and student loans performing well, New York federal researchers said. Mortgages, which make up the lion's share of overall debt, have been helped by higher quality borrower classes. Yeah, those are the only ones that could afford it. And the pandemic era refinancing boom. Student loan delinquencies will not be reported to the credit bureaus until later this year as part of the Biden's administration student debt relief efforts. What does that matter? Hey, here's another, okay? Third log laid in the log cabin of ideas. What if all you precious little intelligent childwins didn't go to the most expensive flagship main college campuses and instead went to like a community college, or maybe learned a skill or a trade, or went to the community college, went to online colleges like Western Governors University, and then you just got the same degree, but it wasn't an expensive 4-year party. And now, I need you all to get your sitting down chairs, Fraggies. Okay, I know you're all Fraggy Vaggies out there, but and what if you didn't major in spectacularly stupid shit, so that when you graduated with your modicum of, say, $30,000 of student loan debt, there was a job that paid more than your fucking English degree would pay? I don't know, things like accounting or STEM or other degrees that girls don't sleep with the guys, but will marry when they, he's a CPA. Oh, I heard you make money. Oh, that was just a phase. Herpes, no, only if I flare up. By the way, this is my children's. They need to go to college and major in stupid bullshit too. Tee-hee. A bad omen. While student loan delinquency rates may be the lowest on record, New York Fed researchers believe the presumption of payments. God, how much easy mode do you need? The presumption of payments has contributed to an increased financial stress, especially for adults between 30 and 39 years old. So don't call them adults. Adults pay back the money they took from other people. I don't care under what pretenses. They took money that wasn't there. I will pay it back. But I should vote. I know how to fix the world. As such, things might get much worse before they get better. Matt Schultz, chief credit analyst at LendingTree, told CNN in an interview. Have you noticed all this? They still need workers. They still need waiters and bartenders. Have you thought that instead of bitching and whining and sucking your thumbs, whether it's student loan or other loans, that you just not party as much, you go work a second job, even if it's beneath you because you have a master's degree in journalism, you just work another job and kind of took care of that debt? What I know about student loan debt, the average balance was $36,000, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but that's the same as like your average used car now. You'll make a car payment, but you won't pay back 30. You can't work a second job just to pay back your student loans. Let me guess, you're going to get pissed off that the plumbers charge you $300 an hour. As such, even though we've had peak inflation, it seems inflation hasn't disappeared, he says. Interest rates are still high, delinquencies are rising, and a lot of people haven't fully begun repaying their student loans. You know what we should do? We should print off more money. That will help. If we just print off more money, that will help people. And a lot of people haven't fully begun repaying their student loans because they haven't necessarily had to yet. You know, we should just keep treating everyone like little children in this country. I think that'll get us out of whatever financial problems we have. There's a lot of reason to believe that the near future is going to be pretty tough when it comes to debt, he added. But just how much worse it gets could depend on what's happening right now. At the start of the year, Americans typically rein in spending and focus on paying down the credit card debt they racked up during the holidays. First quarter numbers are reported May 7th. Historically, we see credit card debt in particular, dip in the first quarter when it was basically flat in the first quarter of 2023. It was really bad omen. What was in store for us, he said. It's just a bad omen. The stars have aligned, and the American people, these hapless fuckwits, are incapable of it. They just have to sit and take it. They couldn't have agency or responsibility to get off your fat, lazy asses and get a job and pay it. No, you need a new, what's a really lame ass car? You need a new, what is just the most basic bitch car out there? I'm trying to think. What is it? A Honda Odyssey? You need a new thing. Can't get a used thing. No, I got to get a new thing. Here, also CNN. Credit card late fees capped at $8 as part of Biden crackdown on junk fees. I am against corporations lying and scamming you and hiding fees. I'm absolutely against it. But again, fourth log in the log cabin of ideas, wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to worry about late fees or corporations screwing up? What if you just, one, didn't have a credit card, which is pretty much impossible by today's day. I understand that. But you just paid off your balance every month. And late fees, that's if you don't do the minimum payment. Like, you can't even do the minimum payment. And you get late, and now you need daddy government while you suck off your tits or your daddy government's tits. You need them to come in. Oh, now we got to pass a rule of the law because these people are too soon. What? Wouldn't it just be better if you didn't have debt to begin? Just if is that life? Are you telling me that life, because you got your things and your trinkets and your stuff, that dealing with this bullshit, getting nickeled and dimed, having high interest rates, living paycheck to pay, is that you're saying living paycheck to paycheck and suffering this financial life was totally worth going to Chakella, bro? Or majoring in butt plug studies at Middlebury, whatever worthless horseshit they got going on in that shit school nestled in the woods. I just wonder, is it? Can you imagine in a world? What if you just didn't have the debt to begin with, or you worked enough to pay off your credit card debt because you didn't buy that much shit in the first place? I got to deal with these articles. They're just weeds blowing in the wind. The Americans, they can't. Oh my God, higher interest rates. So, link below, I got a course on Teachable. It's called Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. I don't know if you young kids want to avoid what the adults are doing. I don't know if you've noticed how the adults in the United States are a bunch of fuck-ups. I don't know if you adults want to keep living your life. I guess I'm speaking to like the 30 to 39-year-olds that they point out here. Look, dude, you guys are it's halftime in your life. Do you want this shit to end, or do you need the stuff? I mean, all your lives fucking suck. You got nothing. You don't have a real degree. You don't have a real job. Your career never manifested. You're not falling in love. You ain't having kids. You're probably fat and overweight. You got an addiction to something else. Do you kind of do you want the second half of your life to be like this? Or maybe do you want to just like be done with it? Are you old enough to realize all the bullshit that the adults who are now older, the boomers that you hate so much, all the shit they told you to spend your money on was worthless horse shit? And that maybe it isn't stuff. Maybe it isn't the McMansion or your Range Rover. And maybe you could do your kids a favor and not send them to some overpriced fucking liberal arts college. But I don't know, because you guys are all up your own alley. We know everything. We have college degrees. Bail us out. And you're having kids and giving kids advice. So that's all right. That's fine. They keep coming to me at Asshole Consulting because they follow your advice, and then their lives are all fucked up. And Mom and Dad got divorced. I don't know. I'm poor. I did everything they said. You know, there was this thing that happened with the boomers to your parents' generation. They said the exact same thing. But they didn't tell you to cut your tits off because they want to be popular on social media. They say, my daughter is transitioning. Like, that's a new one that the millennial parents and the Xer parents did. Having said that, financially speaking, your parents are financial fuck-ups. And so please don't listen to them. And then you can avoid having a life of financial servitude and slavery to banks and governments and taxes. Oh, and the colleges. Question is, are you willing to give up the shit? The course link below doesn't give you a purpose and reason to live. It doesn't do that. Right? I know why you spend the money. I know why you go out to eat all the time. I know namsies. I know why, because you got jack fuck all shit going on in your life outside of it. But would you like to knock it off with that compunction, that compelling, that addiction to spending? That's what the course is down below. Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. And it's opening for enrollment for the next, 10 days. Closes at the end of March. Oh, wait, March got 31. Yeah, March has 31. It's open for the next 11 days. If you are sick and tired of having a sucky fucking life because you spend more than you make, may I recommend the course below. It is $450 plus tax. So depending on where you live, it's more around like $500. You say, oh my God, $500 to stop learning how to spend money. Ha ha ha, look at this though. What's your car payment per month? Oh, 800. What's your credit card bill a month? Oh, 1,500. Oh, and you gotta buy trinkets and doodads, right? Oh, she just needed those shoes, right? Closet full of fucking shoes. Wait, better question. What do you spend on a storage locker, on a storage facility? That I love. Hang on. What's the average American spend on a storage? I gotta see this. This would be hilarious. If it's more than $500. No, I don't want to see. $90 a month. On the average cost about $90 a month. All right, so we take 90 times 12. What is that? 600? No, that's 800. I did that wrong. 90 times 12. Oh, you spend double, $10,080. You're spending double to store the fucking shit of a price of a course that would basically make you be able to have the fucking balls to go and say, I don't need this shit, throw it the fuck away or donate it to Goodwill and get the tax deduction. That's what I love about it. Look at you try five, ha, ha, ha. And then like literally in 1 week will you piss away $500 on worthless bullshit. And let's also be honest, none of you would take it seriously if it was a $20 course. You wouldn't. And that's another one. Was it Donovan? He's like, no one takes anything seriously unless there's a price. And he was making a point. I had to look it up. I think it was Carl Jung, or maybe it was Freud. I don't know. It was some big time psychologist. He's like, people don't learn if they don't pay a price. Well, here's your fucking price, assholes. You take maybe you take it seriously now. I don't know. Is it worth it to you to like, I don't know, not be homeless when you see the boomers that are homeless now because you didn't save up enough money, but they did. Come on, baby, light my fire. Woo, we went to meat markets at the parties, man. We got our house in the suburbs. Now they're like the fastest growing percentage of homeless people. You want to be no dollars for retirement? You want to have nothing when you can't work? I don't know what it's like living in fear. Even when in my poorest of poors, I worried about money, but I didn't worry about that because I didn't have any. I made sure to pay cash. I worked. And it's a hell of a lot easier life than what you guys got going on. I don't know if it's worth $500 to you. There you go. It's linked below. Or if you want to look it up on the internet, you could search it. It's on Teachable, called Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. And it's under my school. Teachable makes you name the school. You just can't search Teachable. I mean, I guess you probably could. Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. Teachable, you probably find it. But if you search for the Clary School of Economic Philosophy, because you got to be grandiose like that, there it is. It's open for enrollment. I just love that. Like, you need the government to come in like, well, only an $8 late fee. Why are you late in the first place? How about that? How about we don't be late? How about 1 in 11 people don't miss their car payments? How about a bunch of grown-up fuckwits don't need the taxpayer to bail them out of their stupidly dumb, atrocious degree? Whoa, $500 to learn to get my financial shit together. And it's not only that, it's like this deep psychological dive, but it's also a tremendous fucking kick in your nuts that you all desperately need. Slaps you across the face and wakes you the fuck up. Maybe strong enough that you're unaddicted to, if I buy this, girls, you should, I'll give men credit. Men have taken this course. Men. They say, yep, I got a problem taking this course. Men have that. And I've had like 2 girls, but man, you girls buying your fucking shoes. Holy shit. Like, is there, when you die and they do the autopsy, what you die of, I got to ask the morticians or the coroners, you guys did. When you cut modern day American women open, like, find the cause of death. Do you find anything inside? Is there anything? Is it just this big gaping hole? Is that where all the shoes went? Is that where the 80 bottles of lipstick and Lord knows what other worth? Usually it's clothes. Do they hide the clothes there? Is that where they hide the clothes? It's just, she has no soul or heart, just a bunch of clothes. Look at that. Oh my God, this is from the 90s. Whatever you girls do, don't fall in love with the guy or have kids. That'd be the worst thing. Am I right, girlfriend? Oh my God, you don't need a man. Yeah, but apparently you'll sustain your soul on clothes. And flirtini night. Yay! Chase Robido, $5. It is sinful to tell people they can get a paycheck and keep most of it. Blasphemous, Cappy. It's sinful to tell people they can get a paycheck and keep. Oh, I thought you were making a comment about taxes. Net of taxes. Net taxes. More modernly, I admit it's increasingly tough, especially with rent. That's why you got to live at home. You have to live at home until you're set. But what I don't get, like I think a video or two ago, here's this young man. He's hustling. He's living at home. The guy saved up $650,000. He's 25 years old. All right. And I've done the math. If you work just 2 entry-level full-time jobs from 18 to 22, you can save up yourself somewhere between $150,000 to $200,000. You just can't buy stupid fucking shit. I love it. All these people like, we give to corporations. Why do you keep giving them your money? And the two that they hit, online spending and then cars. Like, God almighty. Cars are the death knell. It's the hidden cancer of finances. Federal Reserve has committed treason. $5. The Federal Reserve disapproves this video. Punishment is to watch Klaus Schwab and Larry Fink have lovemaking. No, that won't happen. That will not happen. Reed Schwartzer, $5. These aren't people. They have no thoughts. There's an article showing many have no internal monologue. They are NPCs truly. Well, then we shouldn't give them the ability to sign contracts and go into debt. We shouldn't give them the ability to vote. We shouldn't be educating them. You shouldn't be having them. Can you imagine, like, hey, the opposite of idiocracy, maybe it's just the smart people bred. I don't know how much I believe in people have no internal monologue. I just don't think people have had their asses kicked enough. They haven't been threatened by starvation. This is, I was an idiot when I was younger, and then I quickly grew up and became a man where it's like, oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to starve if I don't get some money to buy some food. I'm going to die of cold if I don't find some money to pay for rent. In other words, I think the American people, while stupid, fat, gluttonous, slow, dumb, and Walmart shopping, which I'm not against shopping at Walmart, just please get the fuck out of my way. They're dormant. They're just mollified, mollycoddled, mollified, coddled, and mollified. Mollycoddled? What's the word I'm looking for? They're treated like little children and bailed out all the time. And so they never have to grow the fuck up. And if you said, no joke, you're going to die of cold, starvation, or both, and there is no welfare, there is no help, then they'll be like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden they'd wake up out of hibernation. Oh my God, he's got a brain. He can understand to show up on time. Ass bucket, $2 per cappy. Must lease new iPhone. Oh God, don't start me with the phones. Don't start me with the phones. When I went in and looked at phone prices, they had it on a per month basis. They didn't like, what does this phone cost? Like, oh, it's $35 a month. I'm like, no, what if I want to buy it? Oh, yeah, I gotta look it up. Gotta look it up. Hang on. I don't know. I lease my phone too. I have a college degree. I work at the T-Mobile store. Why don't I have any money? Trump. You got the number of poor people that have nicer cars than me. God, all of you fuck off. I'm not envious. It's just, don't tell me like, I need a student loan bailout when your car and your clothes are nicer than mine. $5. Funny to see people paying 50% of the MSRP on interest because they want it now. You can literally save money on your car just by owe up and pay cash. Yep. Absolutely, non. You just save the fucking money. You just bike around, you save up the money, and it's not that expensive. You can find a good used car for about $4,000. It might have hail damage. You might have to go to a salvage yard. It might not look pretty, but you'll be able to find it. But then I won't get the girls. You weren't going to get the girls anyway, you loser putz. Adam Schmidt, $5, 170 plus watching. It's been a pleasure watching your channel grow, Cappy. Hey, sometimes we get over 500 people tuning in. If we talk about the girls, yeah, here I am just talking about debt. See, 181, 187, most people in the they know this. They know. they're just as frustrated as me. But if you have me one or two or three people who are like, yeah, I am sick and tired of being poor and spending more than I make, and I don't take the course. Take the fucking course. You're gonna piss away your money anyway, but this would actually hold you. Got some skin involved in the game now. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, AnselConsulting.com. Link below. Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.